ready to tag in and experience the world of professional wrestling like never before. Welcome to the Hot Tag Podcast with Billy and Sal. Hello, hold on, give me a second. Hey, welcome to the Hot Tag Podcast, everybody. We are live and in living color.
Oh, yeah.
How's it going, Sal?
It's going well. Jets won. Big
yes,
win.
they did.
Big W.
Big win. Big old win. Yeah,
I'm
like
myself echo in your background.
You hear yourself. Hold on.
Yeah.
Is that better?
No.
Am I a technical genius?
I can still hear me. Oh, that's it. There you go.
Ah, look at us. We're live. We're live and in living color. So, if anything fails, blame it on PJ Stackpole.
Patty Stacks.
I tried to get Patty Stacks on here tonight.
Was he busy?
Very.
Are we live?
Busy.
Are we recording
We're live.
now? Live for the masses and you're eating?
We're live. I finished my last bite of rice because I'm not going to waste food. When I was a little kid, my mother always used to tell me, you don't waste food. There's people starving in Africa. And you know what I used to tell her? Well, fucking mail it to them then. And then I would get hit with the wooden spoon. That's just the way the cookie crumbles.
I wish I had some cookies.
So, a coworker of mine, we're going to start off real off topic here. Coworker of mine, name is Adam. Shout out to you, Adam.
Copeland?
No, I don't know his last name, but he put me onto this place out here in Merrick, Long Island called Chip City. And they make like specialty cookies and they're really thick and they're like, they do like crazy different types of things. So he actually, it's like an hour away from me and I'm so busy, but he actually brought me a cookie to try because he's just a gentleman and a scholar.
It was very nice of him.
It was one of the best cookies I've ever eaten in my life. It was like a cookie with M&Ms and something else, but it was just soft and like thick, and it was like the M&Ms were nice. Streaming about that damn cookie.
I could tell you've been thinking about it.
Yes. You know what else I've been thinking about, Sal?
What have you been thinking about?
The Jets win.
Oh, my God.
Every Sunday, man. Every
So
Sunday. The Jets, they make me want to do the Joe Attell.
Oh, my God.
Your life will belong to me.
Oh, my God. But, hey, listen, that defense looks fucking legit.
Yeah.
If they could just get the offense to compliment them a little more often so you don't have to sweat it out the entire day, that'd be great.
Yeah. 100%.
They literally scored at the last possible second.
Yeah. Yes, they did. Now,
But
I want to see.
That was some crazy stuff, though. It was amazing. I'm actually watching the Giants, kind of. I got them on the TV.
You're watching the Giants right now?
Playing the Bills. I got the Bills defense in fantasy, so I'm really hoping for, to hold them down, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that you think if the Jets make it to the playoffs, do you think, in all honesty, that Aaron Rodgers might come back?
It seems like he might.
Yeah.
I don't know, though. He's throwing. Did you see him throwing today?
I saw him playing a little catcheroo with on the field. Yeah, right. I mean, ankle must be feeling all right.
He had surgery a month ago on his Achilles, and he's 40 years old.
Yeah. He said that he's going to have one of the greatest comebacks ever.
I hope. Yeah, you're really laggy right now.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I'm watching our live stream, and our live stream looks pretty good. Let me see if I could move some things around here, maybe.
Move some things.
Close some things. I'm actually looking at our statistics right now, too. We've been going for 10 minutes. And, yeah, everything on my end looks great.
Well, you look better now.
Oh, okay.
I'm hoping. So, do we have anybody watching us right now? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know. I have no idea. Probably not, because nobody loves us. No, I'm just kidding. We actually had quite a few people watching us last week.
Yeah, I know.
And let's see. We're live right now for 10 minutes. And I don't know. I have no idea. They'll come. And you know what? And even if they don't come, who cares? You know why? Because we don't do this for the fame and the notoriety. We do this because we love wrestling and we're having fun.
Yeah. Good way to talk wrestling.
Yeah. Speaking of which, there's been quite a few things happen this week, which I love because it gives us. Oh, we have 2 people watching. Hello to the 2 people watching.
You know, it was a good week in wrestling this week. I feel like I don't think though. I mean, Tony Khan was going nuts, but I don't think it's necessarily like a negative thing.
Yeah.
Like you don't really hear any negative news.
Yeah.
Like, nothing going. It's just like a good week for wrestling.
Even the negative news, I feel like, was like fake news. We'll get into that a little bit later in the show, and I'll tell you what I mean by that. But listen, if you guys are watching the live stream, for all you people out there in live stream land, make sure you guys comment in the chat. Let us know you're here. Say hello. And join in on the conversation. Anything you want to ask a question or you want to give your input or thought, let us know. And we'll put a little thing up on the bottom of the chat, and we'll highlight your question and answer it live.
We are men of the people, so
we are.
Bring those questions or thoughts. It doesn't have to be a question, just a thought. What do you think is going on with these topics we're about to discuss?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what I think about you, Sal. I think that you just scream sex idol.
No, not anymore.
No,
Maybe I would have agreed with you when I was like 24 and had a nice long head of hair.
Yeah.
But now I haven't shaved in like a week and a half, and it looks like I'm homeless. So,
well, you do have a roof over your head, and that really makes me happy. I don't know where we're going with this. Wrestling, right? Wrestling.
Yeah, wrestling.
All right, so let's get into. I don't want to jump straight into the gauntlet here, but I think we could start off with something that a lot of people were talking about this week, and that was NXT versus AEW Dynamite. I think that's a good place to start.
I think that's probably the only way to really to start, right?
Yeah. So we got NXT versus AEW Dynamite Title Tuesday, Tony Khan's birthday, and NXT just said, you know what? We're going to throw the heavy hitters at him.
Bro, they just loaded up that card. And
look at this graphic. Ridiculous. And this is only 2 of the 19 people they brought in.
Yeah. How many people that are actually on NXT were like a part now? But,
yeah.
I think that, first of all, I want to say that I thought NXT was the better show.
Yeah.
Not to say Dynamite was bad, because it wasn't at all. I just enjoyed NXT a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think Dynamite right now is my least favorite professional wrestling show out of the major ones. I think Collision is better than Dynamite. There's just something about Dynamite where it's like you got to be like on cocaine the whole night to like follow what's going on. They throw so much at you, and they just constantly throwing it. And it's like you almost forget what the hell happened. With NXT, they threw a lot at you in some ways. They threw a lot, like with the names and stuff, but it seemed like it was structured better. There was a point to all these quote unquote names that came in were brought in to put people over in one way or another.
Yeah.
So I don't think it wasn't like it was, you know what I mean? So I didn't mind it. I just thought NXT was the better show.
Yeah.
You had a great main event with 2 potential main roster main eventers with Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes. You got to think we're going to be seeing a lot of them on Raw or SmackDown in the near future.
It was a really, really good match. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, you had Dragunov and Dominic Mysterio. That was fun. It was just, I think, overall a good show.
Yeah.
Um, and I
Even
think,
even the people that came in, like
yeah,
the big guys, they felt like they were a part of NXT. It wasn't like oh, look at me, I'm a main roster guy. I'm just brought here for star power.
right.
Like Cody Rhodes felt like he was a part of NXT that night.
Undertaker came in and did something. Cena. I think LA Knight had a fun part of the show, right? With the,
Yep.
how about when he's like doing like he's pointing to the crowd, they're going, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, some people will say he took away from the match.
I
I
don't
think
think
he
so.
was just having a great time, and it wasn't that serious.
No, and I thought he added whatever. Like I think he added to it in some way. Um, just it was because again, it was just a show for. It seemed like it was just a show about having fun. Like obviously they pushed forward things, and obviously the reason why they loaded the shit out of it was for, because AEW was going to Tuesday night for the night. But
Yeah.
it just felt like a big show, probably the biggest show that's felt, the biggest NXT has felt in a long time.
Yeah, yeah, and
And that was by design, obviously. That was by design.
it was by design, and I honestly, I enjoyed the show. I love wrestling for reasons like this, the healthy competition, right? So, I was interested to see how NXT and AEW would tune up their show, competing against each other, and things like this. NXT doesn't win, AEW doesn't win, the wrestling fans win.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, when there's healthy competition, that's when it brings the best out of everybody.
Right.
So it was great. I enjoyed it, and there were some things that AEW did that were really good too. And they didn't need to bring in Hulk Hogan and the frickin' I don't even know, Bret Hart and any of those guys. They didn't even need to bring in those guys. They
Well, they don't have those guys. That company's been alive for 4 years.
yeah.
They
Well, know what
don't
I'm
have
saying?
people like that yet.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think they had Bret Hart once, right? They had Bret Hart once.
Yeah, but that was.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is they could have threw more bells and whistles, and they didn't. NXT threw the bells and whistles.
Well, NXT had to, obviously. Listen, NXT is the very obvious developmental brand of the WWE. They don't have the star power that even AEW has. So, you figure they had to do that if they wanted to compete on their own night with a company like AEW, which is, hey, listen, no matter what anybody wants to say, WWE or the WWE fan, AEW is competition. AEW is, I don't want to say a threat because, I don't want to call it a threat, but it's definitely competition. And I feel like the WWE, as much as they might tell you they are not, they do feel threatened by them in some way, shape, or form. If you're gonna load up a card just because they're coming to your night, obviously that says something about what you think of them. No matter what you're telling us, the public.
Yeah, and to be honest, I do think NXT views AEW as a threat because they are a real threat. Now, are they a threat to Raw and SmackDown? I think so too. But the ratings, I mean, listen, the AEW is not pulling in crazy rating numbers yet. And I guess we're going to have to wait and see where that goes.
I gotta be honest, I don't know if anybody ever will again. It's not.
Yeah.
There's just not that many people
nobody will
watching.
come close to WWE on a weekly basis?
I don't even think WWE's gonna come close to what they used to do on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
You got to look at it, bro. There's not as many people watching television anymore, and even and how many different options do we have? I don't even. And how do they tell you? Like, how do they calculate DVR numbers? Right?
Yeah.
Do you watch wrestling live?
Honestly, I would say 95% of the time it's DVR'd.
Me too.
I just don't have the time to sit there and watch
I'm not
9
home
hours
when
of
it starts
wrestling.
half the time.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do they calculate? I just don't. But you got to look at. I think what the trend is nowadays is looking at like the online numbers. I think that's a good gauge. But I just don't think I think people focus too much on ratings nowadays.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's mainly AEW fans that really look at and AEW haters both look at the ratings like crazy.
Yeah.
Either they're propping up remember what was it a couple years ago? Like they were propping up, they were losing, like they were getting a bad number I think in the ratings, but a good number in the demo.
Yeah.
And then they were beating NXT in the rating or losing in the rating or something like that, but beating them in the demo. I remember they were like, well, we're beating them in the demo, and that's what's important. And it's just it's so weird.
Yeah.
I just think it's an archaic way to gauge an audience. I mean, listen, that might be the only way to tell in certain respects, but like the Nielsen ratings is just a microcosm of how many people might actually be watching it anyway. So it's like, it's just, I mean, yeah, NXT beat them in the ratings, but listen.
I actually have the thing. I'll throw it up there right now. So these are the rating numbers. So we got AEW Dynamite total viewership, 609,000, and the 18 to 49 demo was a .26. NXT did 921,000, so they beat them about 300,000 plus. And their demo was the .30 in the 18 to 49 demo. Where do you think NXT and AEW are ranking in the 65 to 95 demo? That's the real question.
Oh, God, who knows? Probably. WWE's definitely got them beat there 100%.
So, I'm going to say this, and I think she's watching me, but she's sitting behind me, but my grandmother has a fucking really big crush on Cody Rhodes. Every time he comes on the TV, she gets all googly-eyed. Telling you, they're onto something. Yeah.
Cody Rhodes is the son of a plumber, right?
He is a son of a plumber, and she was a mother of a plumber.
He's the grandson of a plumber, the son of a plumber.
Son of the son of the son of a.
Anyway.
Yeah. So, we won. Nobody won. We won. Those people out there that are saying, "Oh, NXT blew them out of the water." Okay, they listen. They won by a large margin, but what did they beat them by? A third? They beat them by a third.
But it was such a fun week.
It was great. I enjoyed it, even though, I enjoyed NXT more than Dynamite. You said that you really enjoyed Dynamite too, though.
I thought Dynamite was good.
Yeah.
I think it was just. It was just a really good week of wrestling. Tuesday night was really fun. I want to see more of that.
Well, when is the next time this is going to happen?
I believe the SmackDown, the Friday before Full Gear, which is November 17th, is the SmackDown. Collision and SmackDown are going head-to-head.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because AEW is doing the Saturday pay-per-view.
Saturday pay-per-view. Okay, so we'll see how that... What date is that?
It's November 17th, I believe.
Oh, and that's right before Survivor Series, too.
Well, I think it's a week out of Survivor Series, but the AEW pay-per-view is the next night. So they're going to load that up.
Yeah, of course. They're going to load it up. And we're going to get a War Games preview with Brutus the Barber Beefcake and the Hillbilly.
Is Hillbilly Jim still alive?
I don't know. Is Brutus the Barber Beefcake still alive?
He's definitely still alive.
Okay.
I feel like I think what's going on, from what I understand, I think he just annoys the shit out of Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Or one of the
yeah. So, can we talk about Tony yet, or are we holding that off for later on in the show?
I guess let's talk. I mean, it's a perfect segue, right? Like it bleeds right into each other. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? Yeah,
Tony Khan.
What is wrong with him?
Was really, really, really mad.
He was salty as fuck.
Tremendous. I want to bring up...
Imagine working for this guy.
Yeah. I want to bring up the Twitter thing.
Please.
I want to bring up his...
out of control.
What he said on Twitter. So he said... this week, 2 active decade-long rating streaks from 2 great legends were ended. With all due respect, until this week head-to-head AEW on TBS versus WWE on USA, neither John Cena nor Undertaker had ever been on a WWE show with under 1 million total viewers. Yeah, he was. Yeah,
So what is wrong with this man? And that's just one tweet out of how many?
yeah, and that's the thing. And then he also did like the strategic little digs. Like he mentioned Vince McMahon's allegations.
It seems so petty.
He wrote like, I have a message for them. See you tonight at a special Tuesday night AEW Dynamite. And he wrote, like, he put a picture of like bad assholes. Boy. Yeah, listen, a lot of people on Twitter were like, yo, this dude is acting childish. They
100%.
were like, yo, take his fucking phone away.
He's the son of a billionaire that just
like a
has
whiny
never
little.
been said no. What?
Oh, he's a whiny. He sounded like a whiny little.
Bro, yeah,
bitch.
he's never been told no. He's spoiled. Mm-hmm. And you know what? AEW for 2 years, 2.5, 3, whatever it was the hot thing, and everybody was. And then he goes head to head again with NXT, and they blow him out of the water, ratings wise. Yeah. And now he wants to get up there and he's talking shit about John Cena and The Undertaker. Okay, who do you have on your show? Edge, Christian, Chris Jericho. You know what I mean? You got Sting, and you pulled 300,000 less.
Yeah,
what is that?
Exactly.
If I'm one of those guys, I'm like, well, what are you trying to say about me right now?
When
was the last time Edge was in front of a half-full building like that?
And that's another thing too. It's like they post the pictures of like fans that take photos of the AEW events. Sometimes they're really fucking empty.
Right, and listen, that's not the WWE has been empty before too. It happens.
Yeah, it happens.
But why are you going up on there and just like sitting on your high horse and being listen? Your show was not as good, first of all, watching-wise. I know some people are going to disagree, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. But your show just wasn't as good this week. And then the ratings, were obviously worse.
Yeah.
So what? Why are you going on Twitter and taking shots at, like, people like an Undertaker, like a John Cena, and all this other stuff? Like, even Vince, like, all right, fine. Vince McMahon has allegedly done whatever he's done.
Yeah.
Whatever. He's not even in the picture really anymore. Like, what is going on? If I'm working for that guy, I'm looking at him like, this is my boss.
Yeah.
This is my boss, who's a child. I work for a child.
Yeah.
And then you wonder why, like, a CM Punk is gonna, like,
Yeah. Yeah. And then you wonder why guys like CM Punk are gonna, go into sheriff mode for themselves, because there's no fucking sheriffs back there. Hire what's his face, give Bully Ray a contract and let him just be the sheriff of the locker room. I think he'd whip those guys into shape. He has big fingers. You ever see his fingers? He's like,
I don't
fucking.
think he would do. Listen, he's gonna go in there and probably try to fucking throw his weight around. Then he's gonna get into a fight and get suspended. And
he's gonna have a no suspension clause.
I just want to know: does Tony Khan not have anybody around him to just be like, dude, what are you doing? Let me run your Twitter for you, please, because this is out of control.
He does, but they're probably fucking company yes men who just yes him to death because they're afraid of, I don't know, maybe.
But you know what, too? That's more than just the problem with Twitter. It's also going to run into a problem with creative. If you have nobody around you saying, "Hey, this sucks,"
yeah,
and you just spewing out all this nonsense and this garbage, and then you're going to go promote stuff on TV that's just not good. Like, it's going to run into each other. He is a child. He needs to just be the money guy. Give complete control to somebody else, and not one of the boys.
Yeah.
Give control give complete creative. Just hand the company off to somebody, and let them run it. and see what happens because he's running it into the ground right now.
Do you think AEW, and this is a real question, do you think AEW will ever step out of that spotlight of being like a super indie fed? And I do this with quotation marks, a super indie fed. Because, and do you think they'll ever like be looked at as like, okay, I really, I want to leave WWE because I want to go main event in AEW? Do you think we'll ever get there? Ever?
I mean, maybe. I listen. I can't see. Maybe let's be honest, maybe not in our lifetime.
Yeah.
Just because the cachet that WWE and like a WrestleMania has built up over the years, like that's hard to. You know what I mean? I think they could get to a point where like people are like, I'd rather be over there. I think they're there now. I think there's people that would legitimately like rather be there.
Yeah.
And as far as like the super indie fed, I can't see them ever getting out of that. I think that's what they want to feel like.
Yeah, so like that's the thing, right? So they want to be that alternate to WWE.
But they just feel like a worse version of WWE right now.
Yeah.
The only thing that's different
to me, it's too super indie. Like it feels like sometimes an indie fed. And
well, that's why Collision feels like a professional wrestling show.
Yeah.
Collision feels like I don't know who's running it or what the creative process is, the difference, but it definitely feels like a different show. And it feels more like a professional wrestling show than Dynamite. Dynamite just seems like, hey, let's just throw. Look, Dynamite's literally like, you're just going to walk in, look at the card on the wall, and just be like, oh, okay, I'm doing that tonight. Okay, it makes no sense compared to what I was doing last week, but fuck it. And then they just go out and do whatever they're going to do.
Like what we do.
Exactly, yes.
For most companies, not for all companies, but for most companies.
But they're also they got they're $1 million company with a television deal, a national television deal.
It really drives me crazy, man, because I really had, and I'm not saying the show is over. It's nowhere near over for AEW. They're going to be around for a while. I give them at least another.
What I struggle with is I hope that Tony Khan is not just looking at this as like a vanity project. Yeah. And like once it starts to go down, I don't want to do this anymore. This toy, I'm just done with it. I hope he doesn't look like that. Hopefully, it's like he's in it for the long haul. Because if he is, they'll be fine. It's just a matter of, just getting somebody in place that understands professional wrestling a lot more than he does. He's a message board indie like fan who runs a show like he runs it like it's a fantasy show.
Yeah.
And not like it's a pro, like, it's like, all right, I'd really like to see this match. Okay. What does that mean?
Yeah.
If you really want to see that, that's fine.
But, at least create a story around it.
Right. Put a story and a good one. Not just like, oh, bro, there's 95 million interferences in AEW. Like, let's actually like develop. Like they've had good stories. I like this Swerve Hangman story. It's a legit reason. Swerve wants Hangman's spot. That's it.
Yeah.
Cool. I like that. I like fucking Hangman and Omega from a couple years ago because it was that whole Hangman arc from the year and a half that was phenomenal. They do good stuff from time. It's like it's almost feeling like they just accidentally do it and they just happen to run into it instead because it's just more of stuff that. Listen, you can never say that AEW isn't going to have a bunch of good matches because they always do. Yeah. Every pay-per-view they have is full top to bottom of matches that are good. But 100%. Why do I care? I want to care about it more than just be like, oh, that was a cool look. Like,
Yeah.
Give me a reason to spend $55 or whatever, or after whatever it's going to be. Give me a reason other than like, oh, these matches are going to be good. Because you know what? The matches are going to be good on Wednesday too.
Yeah. The matches I don't think are bad.
No.
I think it's a lot of repetition, but you get that with WWE too.
The matches, the in-ring product is the least of their concerns.
Yeah,
I just don't care about half the stuff.
Exactly, and they're really. Do you think? I'll throw another question at you because I like where this is going. Do you think? Those people that started with AEW, the Chris Jerichos, the Christians. Well, now I don't know how long Edge is there for. Is it a 3-year deal?
I have no idea.
I don't know. We're gonna look into that. I would ask our audience, but they're not here. No, but in all seriousness, do you think those guys, the JRs, the Tazes, the Chris Jerichos, do you think those guys eventually say, you know what, I want to go back to WWE, and then Tony Khan loses his core group of guys? Do you think the Young Bucks would split on Tony Khan if offered enough money? Do you think Kenny Omega would do the same?
That one's hard to say just because the company was literally built around that. I mean, but it was built around Cody too, and look what that happened.
Yeah.
But also Cody, WWE was kind of his home, so I mean,
Yeah.
he was going back to something. The Bucks and Kenny, I don't know. Will there be a place in WWE for these people? Who knows?
I think so.
I think all of them eventually find their way back to WWE, 100%. Whether it's just getting put in the Hall of Fame or what have you, I think they all eventually find their way back. I don't know how many of them are going to just be like, well, that's it. I hate this place. I'm fed up with it. I don't know how many people are going to do that.
Yeah.
You got to remember, there's a lot of creative freedom there for these guys. Like they're probably creatively satisfied a lot more in a lot of ways because they have, like, for instance, Chris Jericho. Yeah. Do you think WWE would ever have had a match where there's a giant pool of wine on the outside just for him to get thrown into? I mean, maybe, but probably not. Yeah. And he got that to happen. So I think, there's people like, and then Christian's on the best run of arguably the best run of his career right now. One of at least.
Yeah. Because they have that creative freedom.
They have a lot, and you know what? Some of these guys are guys that could. I want to see, like, I don't know. I don't think any of them. I can't see any of them going back anytime soon. Mm. I do think everybody that's a former WWE guy there eventually finds their way back. Like I said, for a Hall of Fame or something. Yeah. But as far as being performers, I don't know.
Do you think these two? I think are my biggest ones. And maybe we'll put a poll out there during the week on social media. Do you think Chris Jericho and Edge have had their last match in WWE? It's a hard question to answer. I think they have not. I think there's still something that they want to do. And maybe they'll end their careers back there. Maybe they won't. Maybe it'll be a one-off after a Hall of Fame induction.
I don't think they've had their last match in WWE, but I don't think they'll ever have a run again in WWE, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I agree with you. It'll probably be like some sort of one-off after like a Hall of Fame thing or some shit like that, but I can't see them having another run. They're both really old anyway.
Well, it's all up to, I guess, this guy, Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
He's got the keys to the castle now, huh?
He has full creative control, my man. Full. Well, 99%. Now, I mean, that's a lot of percent in my calculations. I failed English. But if my calculations are correct, that's a lot of percent, Sal.
I think it's the best move for everybody. The storylines just seem a little more cohesive with him at the helm, a little more intriguing, a little more fresh, a little more, up to date, with Vince, God bless Vince, I guess, I don't know, but he, I think he just lost touch with Vinnie Mac, he just didn't,
Yeah, Vinnie Mac he was
70-something years old when he was running a company with a bunch of 20 and 30-year-olds and just and trying to get an 18 to 48, 9, whatever the demo is. Trying to get like that. Like, hey, he has no idea what's going on anymore.
Nah.
I think Triple H has his finger on the pulse a little more.
Yeah, he does.
Got his ear to the ground a little more.
Yep.
I think he is gonna. I think he's the best thing for the company at the moment.
Yeah, and now Stephanie's not there either, right? She's not pulling any. She has nothing to do with it, right? She's gone. Shane is gone.
Shane is gone. It's just Triple H.
What the fuck? How the fuck did that happen? But listen, the content, listen. D-Generation X is fucking running the show.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels in NXT. He's at
Yeah.
Road Dogg's
And-
involved somewhere.
Listen, and they're doing a great job.
I think so.
I think so too.
Think
certain
of how many
things.
baby faces are over right now. You got Cody,
Yeah.
Knight, Uso, Sammy.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you got like some baby faces that are legit over right now. And you got a couple here, Roman. You got Gunther. You got some. Seth Rollins is an over baby face. Drew McIntyre.
Even Nakamura.
Nakamura's doing well.
Nakamura's over as a heel.
Drew McIntyre's heel turn is like going really well.
Yeah,
They're building it really good.
Yeah, and I'm worried about that heel turn, but I'll tell you, Nakamura has been doing great heel work.
Yes.
When this feud first started, I didn't like it, but it's growing on me every week.
I think it was so desperately needed for Seth Rollins just because he needed somebody. Like, that belt was kind of like, all right, he beat Styles for the belt, and then he had the feud with Finn, which was good, but it was just seemed very secondary to the overall Judgment Day storyline.
Mm-hmm.
And now then the Nakamura thing happened, and it was just really good. I thought it was really good, and it helped him out a lot. I think it did well for Nakamura, but he seems to be back in the mid card already. But I mean, whatever. He's another older guy. Like, what do you really want them to do with him?
I just can't believe that Triple H is running Raw and
It's
SmackDown.
funny,
Shawn Michaels
isn't it
running
kinda
NXT.
funny?
Yeah, Road Dogg's involved somewhere.
It's funny to me. I don't know. Like,
It's funny.
no
to me too.
McMahon is involved in creative right now at all.
No, it's literally D-Generation X.
It's crazy.
It is
And
crazy.
Bruce Pritchard. And Bruce.
And Bruce Pritchard, yeah.
Who
Apparently,
would've
Jason Jordan's been
he's an agent.
doing pretty good with agenting some matches. He put together the Gunther Chad Gable matches, and those were really good.
Those were really good.
Those are really good.
That's another. WWE's having really good matches, like especially main events.
Yeah.
It's just something. They're on a roll right now. Hopefully, they can keep this momentum for a little while. But they're on a roll right now.
I'm excited for this LA Knight Roman Reigns program to kick off.
Yeah.
Apparently, I guess Roman laid him out at a live event on Saturday.
Roman laid him out on SmackDown. He laid Roman out at a live event.
Oh, okay. Thank you for clarifying that. The
Whoa.
tattoos on my face. The tattoos on my face are starting to.
Is everything all right?
My
over there?
My dog just knocked over my pile of Jordan 1s. Benny, come over here. Bean. Whatever. Never mind. My dog's just running roughshod. I don't understand what the hell's going on. I turned my back for 5 minutes, and my dog's going absolute apeshit. Come here, Benny, you bastard. I love him. He's a little beagle. He's going crazy. But yeah, I'm really excited for everything that's happening. I think things are really, really, really starting to take shape and everywhere. NXT too. And I was never really a huge fan of NXT. Maybe back in the black and gold era. I went to a couple of the takeovers, and they were really, really fun. I was there the night Samoa Joe fought Shinsuke Nakamura.
Sounds like this is fun.
No. My wife has interjected. She has recovered the sneakers from the beagle's mouth, and now the beagle is on timeout. Thank you, honey. I appreciate it. Benny, you sit there and think about what you did. All is well in the world.
Right. So, what's going on else? What else is going on in pro wrestling?
Yeah, so I'm just really excited for everything that's happening, and so we're almost towards the finish line here. So I want to get this in because I really want to talk about this. It's I don't know. Are they throwing us off the trail? Are they trying to throw us off the scent? There's been a shit ton of CM Punk references in WWE, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to Hot Tag Podcast on any social media platform, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. And I posted a video highlighting all of the CM Punk teases over the last week or so. There's been quite a few. And then they come out with a report that negotiations have fallen through. First, there was the report of that they were talking. Then a couple days later, there was a report that WWE, and this is really what made my mind just explode inside of my skull, WWE was not interested in signing CM Punk. That right there pretty much solidifies that they are interested in signing CM Punk.
I think so. Again, well, that goes back to like who's in charge, Triple H, right?
Yeah.
Or at least creatively.
Mm-hmm.
Why even go through the? All right, so on Raw, so Nakamura gives Ricochet GTS.
Yep.
Why do that? Listen. Even if you're thinking like it has nothing to do with anything, okay, but you know what people are talking about. Why even add more fuel to that fire?
Unless it's like purely for Survivor Series buys.
Yeah, but you know what's going to happen?
For the crowd.
That's going to fuck up the goodwill that they've built up over the last year.
I 100% agree.
By doing that and then not delivering on CM Punk. Listen, I'm not saying that he needs to show up. Business is good for them right now. They just sold 13,000 tickets for like SmackDown this week or some shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
So obviously, it's not like they're in any need of like an extra guy. But I think it would get people talking if they really want to stick it to AEW. You know, have him come in and then just drop out to Roman real quick. Why not?
Yeah.
But again, the Survivor Series is in Chicago. If they're going to keep teasing like this and then not deliver, they are really opening themselves up for that Chicago crowd to really shit all over everything.
Well, what if they did? I mean, I could see. Listen, Triple H loves storytelling. You could see what he did with the White Rabbit thing with Bray Wyatt. It was brilliant. And they're starting to do it again a little bit with the Uncle Howdy thing. I don't know if you've noticed that. Have you noticed the Uncle Howdy stuff in the background of some of the things that have been happening on Raw? There was a promo, and Triple H loves like the background drama.
I know you see like Rhea Ripley and Drew McIntyre on Raw.
Yeah, and there was like Uncle Howdy mask, and one of the things. I love that too. Remember when he like first started, like his first week, there was like a car crash. And like throughout the entire episode, it was all leading up into something, and you had to just pay attention to the background. He loves all that shit, and I love all that shit, and we are eating it up. So I could totally see them doing these teases, having him not come out at Survivor Series, and have him coming out in the Royal Rumble to an absolute, like if you hear that, like if you hear that, the place is gonna erupt. They're gonna go nuts. So I could see them saving it for Rumble.
Yeah, but again, you shouldn't be. Even if you don't mean it to be teases, what you're doing is listen. You could argue some of these people saying things in promos just by chance, but if you could argue that, fine. Nakamura giving Ricochet a GTS is not by chance. That has to be deliberate. You can't if you're not bringing him out in Chicago, you cannot do stuff like that. You just can't.
Yeah,
Especially in Chicago. It's not like Survivor Series is in Newark, New Jersey.
Yeah.
It's in this man's home fucking town.
Yeah.
You keep doing these things, people are going to assume that he's going to be there. And then when he doesn't show up, there's going to be a lot of angry people leaving that building that night.
100%.
And no matter how good the show might be, it's going to have a sour taste in their mouth because this man didn't show up because for the last month you've kind of teased it a little bit.
There was a report that came out really quickly. I'll touch on this and then we'll get into the video clip of the week.
God.
There was another report that came out this week that said that in order for CM Punk to sign with WWE, he would have to rebuild the bridges that he burnt with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. WWE is not AEW. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns will shut the fuck up and fall in line and keep their mouths shut. They're not going to have where it's like CM Punk comes in and Seth Rollins like, I'm not working with this guy. He doesn't have a fucking say. He gets paid by the company. He's going to do the work of the company.
I will say, if there's two guys that do have saying who they're going to work with, they're probably two of them.
Yeah.
But I 100% think, at least Roman Reigns, he definitely has full say over a lot. Well, I wouldn't say full, but he's definitely got a lot of stroke.
I think stroke is a good word. I'm glad you said that. I think a lot of stroke is a good word. I don't know if Triple H is like, this is the way we want to go. Roman, I think, will be like, all right, fuck it. Me and Paul will figure out how to make it good.
I think he will too.
Yeah.
I don't think he's just going to be like, no, I don't want to work with him, because he clearly does not like him, which is fine. But I also don't think that's going to stop him if there's money to be made in that program. I think Roman Reigns is a professional, and he'll just be like, okay, cool, let's do it.
Yeah, 100%.
Simple as that.
I agree.
They're not going to be best friends. They're not going to go out to eat with each other. But you know what? But they do have a very good mutual friend that if there's one person that could potentially bring them together, it's the man in Roman Reigns' corner, because I don't know if that's a bridge that CM Punk burned while he was. I have no idea, but the last I've ever heard is that they're really close. So, obviously, that's something that I don't think that's a bridge that can't be rebuilt.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It might be rocky, and it might not be with the best foundation, but I think that it could be, and I think they could do well together.
I think so too. Well, we'll wait and see. Again, wrestling is a big waiting game. They're keeping us guessing. Shit. Like we didn't even talk about Jade Cargill. And she had a face-to-face with Charlotte Flair.
Very subtle. Was great.
It was great. But we've been talking about that for a while. And, once she debuts or more news comes out about her, we'll touch on her. But it's a guessing game, my friend. And I'm ready. I am buckled up, and I'm ready for the ride, my man.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Shall we get into the clip of the week?
Oh, please. This is gold, by the way.
This is gold. I do want to make a little quick service announcement for all you people that are watching, either live with us or watching after the fact on YouTube. Please send us clips. We love to see them. We get a great kick out of them, whether it's a really cool move or whether it's like someone just completely shitting the bed. If we love it and we laugh, we'll highlight it and talk shit about it, like we're going to do about this one. So I think we need to cue the intro of the clip of the week. Everybody gather round for the clip of the week. Sometimes they're shitty, sometimes they're sweet. From Canadian destroyers to Russian leg sweeps. Everybody gather round for the clip of the week.
Oh, God.
Sal.
Why are wrestling fans the way they are?
Yeah, I don't know. We probably all have autism, but it's okay. Yeah. So, you sent me this.
That's so hilarious.
You sent me this, and I said to myself, I spent the better part of 35 minutes right before we went on live bleeping this man out because, motherfudger. Let's get into it. Clip of the week sent in by none other than Cyrus DeVille himself. And here it is. Where is it? Oh, okay. We're having a little technical difficulties here. Give me 1 second. I will get it up and running.
Well, basically, this is just like a wrestling fan that kind of just takes things just a little too seriously, I think. Like, do some of these people not have real lives that they're,
Yeah. I don't know.
Everybody please bear with us because this is greatness.
Yeah. I don't know why this is Oh, maybe that's why? Okay, let's try this now. Here we go. Sal, we're in. Like Flynn, are you ready for the clip of the week? I'm going to listen, I'm going to try it. Okay? If it works, I'm a genius. If it doesn't work, I'm a jerk off. So I want to see if we'll have audio. I hope we'll have audio. Let's see.
Dog, I'm so tired of
We're gonna have audio right now.
these dumbass fans talking so much about AEW, and they hide behind these fake profiles that pretty much have no, what's that word? What's that word? It's just fake. It's
What's
fake
the word for the
profiles, spam accounts, bullshit upon bullshit, talking bullshit about the owner and talking about the company. We get it. We get it. You don't watch the product. So why are you talking? That's what my mind tries to understand sometimes. I get so angry. I'm not even mad. I'm angry.
I'm not even mad. I'm angry.
He's not even mad. He's angry.
What is wrong with people?
I don't know. Listen,
letting this kind of stuff really just like ruin their time.
That fucking clip.
And he was driving. What's he doing? He's getting really angry, talking into the phone while he's driving. Very unsafe.
That clip was fucking 3 minutes long, and that was only 1 minute of it. Because
it's 3 minutes of that.
My brain will just explode listening to the whole 3 minute clip of it. First of all, this guy is obviously not a wrestler, because then he would have known better.
Yeah, I'm not even mad. I'm angry.
I'm not even mad. I'm angry. Every good wrestler knows that you only use the curse words in a like a must type of setting. Like, you save the curse word for a big moment. You don't curse in your promos. So that's, number one for this guy. Listen, it's not that people are shitting on AEW. AEW shitting on themselves.
Even if it was, why does it bother him so much?
He was really mad. Well, he's not even mad. He's angry.
Listen, man, I know you're not watching this, but if you were.
Yeah, I don't even know his name.
Relax. I don't know, find a hobby, get a job. I don't know.
I would like to invite him on the show. If you ever see this bearded man with the long hair driving, cursing, come on the show, and we'll give you a platform, and you can say as many F-bombs as you want, and I'll just bleep them out as we go. And
I want to ask you questions. I have questions.
Me too. I really want to know why he's mad.
I want to know what his daily routine is.
He's not mad. He's angry.
I want to know what he does during the day that really, like, do you have something to do? Do you have friends? Somebody to talk to?
Yeah, he's
really letting the internet wrestling community really, really get to you.
Yeah. What's up, John? How you doing? John Blaine is in the chats. He wrote, "Hey guys." I like how we've been 58 minutes in. We got our first comment. All right, it's not a waste. It wasn't a waste. It wasn't a waste. We got engagement, and that's all that matters. I could sleep tonight, Sal.
Oh, we got somebody listening to all bullshit.
Yeah. Well, there's been quite a few people popping in and out. Probably watching football, but it is what it is.
Giants suck.
We're gonna be fucking big time one day, Sal. You'll see. One day. You ready for hot tag trivia?
I am. What episode is this?
Episode 10.
So I'm 9-0.
We're in fucking double digits.
I'm 9-0.
And I'm not even mad. I'm angry.
Blew your mind. I know that much.
Yeah, you're probably gonna blow my mind again this week because I'm not proud of myself.
Does this question suck? Is that what you're telling me right now?
Maybe. Welcome to Hot Tag Trivia, everybody. I am your host, Billy, with my stupendous Sal. I'm really trying to give you cool nicknames. So, in case this is your first time watching the show, this is Hot Tag Trivia, where I ask Sal a couple questions. Give him some hints, if you will, about a wrestler. He has to guess the wrestler. So far, he is undefeated. And last week, he set a record. He guessed it in like 6 or 8 seconds. I put a 1 minute timer on the screen, And if he gets it before the timer runs out, he wins. And if he gets it after the timer runs out, or if he doesn't get it at all, then we win, the people, because we've stumped Sal and his just knowledge, nasty knowledge. Salvatore,
What's up? Let's go. I'm
are you ready?
I'm in the zone.
This is it's not going to be good.
God.
Okay. Let me get 60 seconds on the clock here. This fucking first question that I'm going to ask you, you're going to get it.
There's no 60 seconds up there.
I know. I don't even want to put the 60-second thing because you're going to get it as soon as I ask you the fucking question. I know
All right.
it.
Yeah, let's go.
Fuck.
Just rip the Band-Aid off. Let's just do it.
One of his wrestling names was Mongoose McQueen.
Okay. Keep going.
He sang. Oh no. Yeah, he was Mongoose McQueen. He got guitar lessons from a band that was called.
We got 25 seconds left. You said one thing.
I was asking you questions, then my phone just decided to just die. Okay. He owns his own business with Tim Tebow. Let's see. I got my questions back here. He sang Stevie Wonder and Peter Frampton at Lost in 2006. He beat Stone Cold and The Rock for. That was such a shitty hot tag trivia because my phone's at 98% and it should not have froze, and it froze. And I think it was because I just wanted the timer to run out so that we would win on a technicality.
Moongoose McQueen.
What did I say?
Mongoose.
Wait, so if I would have said Moongoose McQueen, you would have gotten it?
I might have. That's not even his wrestling name. That was his stage alter ego for Fozzy from fucking 20 years ago.
Can you ask me questions next week?
No, you're going to lose.
You don't know that.
All right.
You know what? Sal? I have a proposition for you.
I got one for you.
Okay.
Who was the main event of SummerSlam 1998?
The Gobbledygooker versus Jerry the King Lawler in a Kiss My Foot match.
Nope.
Not even close?
Not
All right,
even.
hold on. Let me think about this. SummerSlam 1998.
No. Keep your eyes on me.
Oh, okay.
Don't be looking at it.
Hold on.
You got 30 seconds.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, Stone Cold versus The Undertaker.
Oh, I was going to say that next,
Yeah, okay.
actually. You took the words right out of my mouth.
All right, what was the SummerSlam 99 main event?
The Ultimate Warrior versus Sting.
Nope. Stone Cold, Triple H, Mankind.
Triple H was in that match, wasn't he?
I just said that. Who was the special guest referee?
It was Ken Shamrock.
It's Jesse the Body Ventura.
I was close.
Governor Ventura at the time.
I was close.
Yeah.
My next guest was going to be Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah. You took you 60 seconds to ask two questions.
Listen.
And I still got it.
And I put work into this one this week.
Did you?
I kind of did.
Putting work in?
Kind of, yeah. I try to throw you off the trail. Give you someone really popular. Because I've been giving you, people that haven't been that... Well, I guess I've been giving you people. You know what? Are we... Can I use, jobbers? Can we do jobbers? Can we do jobbers?
Yeah, that's the only way you're going to beat me is if there's people that I've never heard of.
If I cheat. You know what I'm going to do? This is what I'm going to do. Because... Ready? Next week, I'm going to try my hardest. We're going to have a guest host ask you questions.
Who's the guest host?
To be determined.
Okay.
But it's going to be a big man. It's going to be a big name.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You know, big name. So stay tuned, people. Next week, we're going to have a mystery host of Hot Tag Trivia. You heard it here first, Sal. Sal, we've been going for an hour and 5 minutes. We've had like 20,000 people watching us. This was fun. Listen, I love these live streams, and you know why I love these live streams. Because,
you don't want to edit anything.
Exactly. I don't have to edit shit. And you know something? We're live, and it preps us for the big time when we're on, live TV in everyone's living room. Really gets me going, Sal.
One day.
One day, my friend. But thank you guys for tuning in. This has been I think we were very smooth today. I think this is what you can categorize this episode as.
Except for that fucking trivia. That was
very
terrible.
Fluid. Well, yeah. I mean, listen, I'm not. You watch. You watch. Sleep with one eye open.
So I'm 10-0. 10-0 now.
You are 10-0. You won't be 11 and 0. I'm gonna put a blemish on your record.
I'm going Undertaker status right now.
Yeah, you are. Maybe I'll bring in Brock Lesnar to beat you. No, probably not gonna happen. Well,
I don't think he knows that much about wrestling though.
Who, Brock?
Yeah, like
neither do I apparently. Yeah, but this has been the Hot Tag Trivia. I really hope that next week you guys will tune in and you guys will ask questions and come chat with us, talk shit with us. And who's winning the game right now?
I think it's halftime.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in, having us in your living rooms, on your cell phones, and in your hearts. This is Hot Tag Podcast, episode 10. Check us out on all social media platforms: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. Scan the QR code that is right here. Scan it right now. And until next time, Sal, hit him with the tagline.
Keep it tight. Keep it tight.
Keep it tight, my friends.